Hello, it's Shante Brown Sugar Talk under Black Unicorns, and I have I redid the way the book goes, y'all, because remember this is a zine, so that's something that I don't always go over in every video. This is a zine, and it was just like me trying out to like how to do a zine or whatever, and so that is what it is. Um, oh my god, this microphone is like crazy. Today is like this is the craziest studio. So I didn't want to like come back into like the same studio, and I was trying to do something different. So I was like, okay, I'll come into this studio. So this studio is crazy. The screen doesn't always come on, and the camera is on this computer right here. It's not on the other computer, so it's two screens. So it's like this computer. I guess you do something, but the camera's here. So anyway, and on the way we go. So I had to change pages, and in Canva what I did was I created an extra page, and then I just moved the text onto that page and then moved it around that way. So then that way all the text stays together. So if I look at this, it says know your racial identity. That's important. And remember, that's because we were focusing on what's internal and not external. I added the love language quiz. I think I added another one. Which one? Oh God, the dosha quiz, love language. I think that's the only quiz I added. I wanted to add another quiz. I don't remember what it was. Dosha quiz, love language. I don't know. So then idea 2 was explore your internalized racism. And remember, that's why we're doing it, because everything we're focusing on is going to be about ourselves. It's not anything, and it's not to say that you are the problem, right? It's just a way for you to like kind of block out other people's BS. You see? So it's like the internalized racism. That's it. Like you don't have to like it's the external racism. You don't have to worry about that. Like, and it's hard not to because they affect everything. But it's like if you have to go through something with these people, then you don't have to take on their baggage. Okay, next. Y'all heard that? It's above me. It's like, what is above me? Okay, next. But I know they fixed on something. So explore your internalized racism. Again, it's all about the quizzes or whatever. Next I put in the flow of racism, because they put this look because whoever the editor was put this chapter in after a person would have to go through healing. So it's like they put it in the middle of therapy, or maybe I put therapy in the middle of whatever. So it's like, okay, so now that I'm looking at this, what are the issues that, I feel like, why do I need this book? Like, why do I need racial healing? You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's like because of microaggressions, because of stuff that we don't understand, because of people who have these certain types of issues. You see? So that's it. So then it's like right here, you can take time and write about it. The next chapter is the therapy, Adlerian therapy. And so from Adlerian therapy, then I just tell you guys what it is and how it works. You see what I'm saying? So then from there, I go to grieve and name racism. So it's like grieve and name what this is. Like, so again, we're always looking at the cycle of socialization. And that's what it was. Else was different. It was like the book wasn't focusing on that one thing. It just started going everywhere. It's like really, this really is about the cycle of socialization and how you can heal through it. So then I give you this time racial consciousness. And the reason why I'm telling you this is like it's time for you to get therapy. It's time for you to like, okay, what's happening? Well, first off, you're grieving for yourself and everything else that you are. And it's the Adlerian therapy technique. So I combine those in order for you to find a way to healing. And that's not it. So now you see I got to go back to idea 7. So that's what we have today is idea 7. So understanding racism in relationships. And once again, the relationship that I want you to focus on was the relationship of yourself with others. So while the cycle of socialization created by Harrow in 1977, we can begin to tackle relationships on a personal level. So what I did was I actually just brought this back to something positive. If you want to continue your healing, if you feel like it's something that you can do, you could actually research inner child wounds, and you can see like where they came from. So it's like I had a page on there, but that's all it is. Is like I can't touch your screen to make it bigger. But it's like you can research the inner child wounds and see like what it is you might need help with. So what I thought with this was, is like, let's start to write. You see, this is when we start to get the journal. So the journal is personal narrative example. And it's just from a fourth to sixth grade lesson, but it's like you have a title, an introduction, beginning of the story, middle of it, end of the story, and conclusion. And because sometimes we get so caught up in pain and all this stuff, it's not supposed to be something negative. So when you write about these stories, you are going to write positive stories. You're going to write positive parent stories. If something negative comes out, take a note of it and keep moving. Stay with the positive. What did you learn from it? Who did you become from this? Teachers, relatives, people we love and trust, shapers of expectations, norms or standards, standard patterns, especially of social behavior that is typical or expected of a group, values, roles, rules, models of ways to be, and sources of dreams. So out of this, you'll get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11. And I just got this again from the first socialization. So it's like, get these stories out and tell them. You see what I'm saying? So that you can start to work your way through and accept who you are. You see what I'm saying? And that's it. And it could be like some type of negative thing. Like that little boy, I was telling y'all, this little boy was a psychopath and is mean. He goes to somebody's house and he steals the man's liquor. And he brings it back. He's like, Dad, look what I brought you. Dad, look what I brought you. And he is like, what did you bring me? And this boy takes out a big bottle of Jack Daniels. He does not care about this kid's dad or anything, or how he feels or anything. Y'all understand what I'm saying? All he cares about is loving his father to death. And that is it. Like he does not care. It's like in the path of his love, you are going to get taught. And that's what it is. Toddlers are psychopaths for real. Because they don't know. It's another meme where this little girl is like, Mom, look what I got. And it's a real dead mouse. And she just, Mom, oh my God, I love the mouse so much, Mom. I love it, I love it, I love it. She's like, you have to put the mouse, because they are so irrational, you have to put the mouse in the trash can. Mom, I love it, I love it, I love it. She killed the mouse. Mom, look what I found. And I mean, she killed a lot. Like, it was a real live mouse. And you just like, oh my God. So it's like, it sounds negative or whatever, but it's the truth. And it's like, you don't understand that that's a psychopath. Like, they grow out of it. But it's just the whole point of, this kid does not care about anything but love. And it's like, that for you that's a good example of you as a parent too. So it's like, oh, that's a good example of your parents too. Like, why did you feel that way? How did you feel that way? What was this, that, and the other? And it's like, what did your mother tell you? You know, what was it? What did your teacher say? Blake has this cute story. I know he wants to keep the butterflies. We got butterflies. He wants to keep them. He was like, Mom, no, I can't let them go because I'm their dad. I can't let them go because I am their dad. I mean, he was so distraught about it. And we had to actually let the butterflies go. So it's like, all of this stuff, I was like, Blake, if we keep them, they'll die. So we can't keep them. So that's it. So it's like, that's it. Understand racism in relationships. Understanding that really your stories will help you heal too. Like, you don't have to, it doesn't always have to be something negative. You understand what I'm saying? If it's a parent story, like my dad didn't like Hispanic people, my stepmother either, but my stepmother was one of my greatest teachers. I didn't have to not like Hispanic people because of her. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, these things are really positive. I can talk about her legs and her laugh and her ideas and all this different stuff. And it doesn't always have to be about like, okay, now she's a racist. You know, it's just tell the story. That's what her personality was. Maybe that was her misconception that she had to heal from. So just tell your stories. And I think use a positive outlook and it'll be great. That's it. Have a great day.